Thanks to join KISA Camp event. My name is Seung-Yu Jung, CTO at Tatum Security. It's glad to be here with you today. I'm here today to introduce strategy for safe cloud operations. COVID-19 still changing our environment a lot. Even now, we adapt virtual conference to reduce COVID risks. Additionally, COVID-19 affected the IT environment too. Most of all the IT assets moved to cloud from on-premise in a short time. COVID started changing our whole life, and this is a great time to change our IT process in an efficient way with cybersecurity officer and IT infrastructure officer. Let's understand the main reason why to move cloud infrastructure. When we see the Flexera 2021 State of the Cloud report, the cost is the most important reason for cloud initiatives. Because the cloud is used by enterprise or corporations. Serving the same service with lower cost is most easy way to reduce their costs. Even when they expanding their business model to the other country, they don't need to pay for local migration or build infrastructure. This is the why all the corporations move environment to the cloud. Then, what are the main concerns of moving to the cloud? The thing is security and management. After using the cloud, all the managers start considering how can we manage IT risks. IT team cannot see infrastructure directly because all the environment stored in the cloud. All the assets are always continuously updated, and they don't have enough understanding of cloud security too. At the same time, personal information related compliance has been strengthened. As a result, the role of security officer has increased in the cloud environment. When we see the case of cloud security incident, most of all the problem happens because of following three causes: cloud invisibility, complexity of multi-cloud, non-compliance. Let me introduce each cases detailedly. Cloud invisibility. The engineer cannot understand or see the current IT environments. They took more time to find or understand the core reason, for example, bugs or problems. Complexity of multi-cloud. For store their private data, the corporation use a private cloud or reduce the cost for the current cloud environment. They use multi-clouds such as AWS with Azure. So complexity increased to manage their infrastructure because AWS and Azure are totally different. Non-compliance. All the enterprise follow the compliance always, but they didn't have any experience to how to check their cloud infrastructure with compliance in real time. Those three reasons of the why we prepare the cybersecurity strategy in a cloud environment. We should understand the differentiation between on-premises with the cloud. Until now, we did not care about volatility and did not continuous logging for tracking an asset in on-premise environments. Because after launching the service, most of all the companies are not changing their system often. So all the on-premise based process should be changed. own the asset, or renting the asset. This is the most different point of the view in the cloud. After renting asset, we should care assessing infrastructure logging from at the bottom. This is the cloud service providers. The name is CSP ownership structure. We normally call as a shared responsibility model. The upside of the blue line is the customer ownership. This means CSP never take care about how to use CSP services. All the enterprise thinks CSP has all ownership, but the reality is different. This is a huge different point of CSP and enterprise. And this brings cybersecurity risk for running their business. Another issue is short-term develop process gives business insight. From the waterfall to agile model, development process were adapted to the cloud environment. Previously, the waterfall takes months or a year to update the service. For example, Netflix, Amazon, Coupang only takes weeks or day or few hours for update their own services. Because in short-term update bring insight from users. What they like, what make them pay, then adapt the result to the services in the right time. Short-term update with the business insight theory is a well-known story in a business field. To make short-term updates, the cloud system is designed using automation pipeline. And the main reason why cloud is popular in now. Additionally, global security compliance strengthened than before. Cloud security compliance has been announced in the United States since 2013 first. After that, cloud-related compliance has recently been announced from Singapore, the United Kingdom, the EU, and then Japan in 2019. Each compliance is based on NIST and CIS benchmark from the US. All the global security leaders emphasize the update of strategy in a cloud environment. Today, I will explain more on strategies for safe cloud operation using NIST and CSA papers first, then show how to adapt strategy using DevSecOps pipeline. CSF, Cybersecurity Framework. What is the CSF? CSF was designed by NIST to reduce IT infra risks. The structure organizes 5 different functions: identity, protect, detect, respond, recover. Each function has a technical solution about what they need to do. This table shows summary version of each different 3 scenarios. The most important part of this CSF framework is 5 functions, what I shared in a previous slide. Following the 3 different scenarios, start with the summary of table. Based on the scenario, the due diligence with forward way should be updated using current environment. Let's see CSF adaptation in each scenario and how they update from this table. The first scenario is development and test migration on infra as a service environment. This example targets a specific situation. When you compare with previous table, AppSec testing add into identity function. using the AppSec testing function should check GRC, means the government risk management and compliance. Why GRC need to add? When the dev team migrate developing and testing environment from the production environment, they need to check, follow due diligence. Normally, it takes personal information without masking or runs the dev and testing in the security adapted environment. This brings security risks when they fail to manage. All the development team knows, copy from the product most easy and fast way to test the application. But when they copy the data from the production environment, it makes another risks because it includes sensitive data normally. The second scenario is launch or move to the infra as a services from others for making production. In this case, we should consider and prepare how we manage our cloud infra in shared responsibility model. Production means the needs to check security setting, vulnerability assessment, and monitoring all environments in the cloud. Furthermore, to support ensure time update, the development process with cybersecurity check process should be merged. The third scenario is moving to a hybrid cloud. Hybrid cloud means operating private cloud with public cloud or using multiple clouds. For example, AWS with Azure. In these cases, the short-term update is important as in scenario 2. But for the private cloud, the security manager should engage from the private system endpoint protection tool to policy management. At the same time, the scenario 1 adapted for managed public cloud security. Following those 3 scenarios, you may see the similarity in each category. To use CSF, you should understand current environment characteristic with face due diligence and learn forward what adapt to each function. All those items should adapt it as a process. Then you can operate security or process more efficiency way. It called as DevSecOps. Now, DevSecOps. DevSecOps is not different with DevOps. The key point of DevSecOps is automation, same as DevOps. For DevSecOps cycle, we can distinguish function with security requirement, design, code, test, and deployment. Let me explain at each functions. First, security requirement function. To build a security scoring system with assurance maturity model. Second, design function. Should do design what kind of risks exist in our system. Third, code function. Need to adapt during the development process. Fourth, test function. Adapt security design to reduce risks with automated auditing tool and reviewing process. Fifth, deployment function. When the process goes into production ready state, all the infra should monitor, include a logging system. The main reason why all corporations adopt DevSecOps is because of 2 benefits. First, reduce costs. Second, reduce risks. When we compare before and after duration to remove vulnerability, after adapting DevSecOps process, reduce 50% faster. It means can handle more large infrastructure using the same size as a security team. Additionally, more efficiency bring to reduce the number of the vulnerability in the same period. This reflects to reduce risks. There is no best practice for the DevSecOps cycle because all the system has a different architecture and using different technology for the services. To make the DevSecOps pipeline, each enterprise should understand first, what is the current environment, include what kind of tools are we using or having now. After understanding current, list the identified tool or services based on 5 steps: development, integration, approval stage, pre-product stage, then production. Every step is important from a security point of view. The most important thing is to coordinate the compliance management process at the approval and pre-product stage because it is not easy to identify the impact of the services when modifying it after launching the system. So CSPM, the cloud security posture management, is one of the most important security tools in the cloud security field. The key function of CSPM is compliance check and management, asset visualization, and guideline to respond for helping rapid updates. Gartner posts a graph of the cloud platform services protection layer. The biggest security threat that can be addressed are continuous cloud security state management, pervasive visibility, logging, auditing, and evaluation. Therefore, in order to create a DevSecOps pipeline on the cloud system, they must first select a pipeline tool that can reduce greater risks using this layer graph. Here is the most general example of DevSecOps pipeline in the cloud environment. When all the tools fit into your environment, you can adapt this example to make your pipeline. Most of all the tools are chosen using open source. Today, we discussed a lot of technical topics. Let's do a summary of what you need to take today. CSF used to build cloud security strategy. Identify, protect, detect, respond, and recover. All 5 functions work with different goals. Please choose suitable tool to use following page picture. You can see all the tools what you need at each function with each security layer for cloud security. DevSecOps is not a magic. This is similar to DevOps. It takes a long time to adjust DevSecOps pipeline. DevSecOps is not just implemented with technology. It's about converging development, operation, and security. Just using technology when converging to pipeline. The highest order of the priority in the cloud security is to manage related compliance with cloud asset monitoring. Thanks to attend my presentation. If you have questions about cloud security, please email to us. We will give answer as soon as possible. Appreciate your time. Thanks a lot.